Ladies and gents, this improv story is based on an idea given to me by Rudy Boy, and that is man dies at work. Let the story commence. There's a guy called Craig, and he was working with heavy machinery. He was drunk and on painkillers that made him drowsy that you should not. Where it says on the box, do not operate heavy machinery. Can make you drowsy, do not operate heavy machinery. He got, it was a kind of thing that pulls in wood and crushes it all up and shit like that. They were a wee bit, they had this, they worked, it was a big kind of paper factory. They did the whole thing. They pulped the wood. They did the guillotining of the paper, the lot. They bleached the pulp and all that to make it the paper all white. They did the lot. Craig came in, drunk and on painkillers that said, where it said on the box, do not operate heavy machinery because it makes you drowsy. Craig went like that, oh fuck the lot of it. Just then, he tripped up because he was drowsy, and his arm went right into the fucking thing that crushes up the trees to make the pulp. Just like that. Ah! He tripped back the way like, oh I'm drowsy and drunk. That arm. Oh, then he put one of his feet, his whole leg, in the thing that bleaches the wood to make it white for the paper. That started really, really burning his skin, and it didn't burn right away. But see, because he had trousers on, it was the wet trousers clinging to his leg that just did that. So he pulled his trousers off, and it was the pulling of the trousers that just pulled the fucking skin off. Have you ever had that, chicken with the skin on? When you pull the skin off, if you pull the skin off, it was like that. Ah! He then went like that. His left arm went towards the guillotine that cuts the paper. There was a big electronic one, and it had sensors. Had wee light sensors and things like that to make sure nobody is able to stick their arm in. But they'd switched it off. They didn't. They put a wee makeshift thing with a wee mirror. They'd done a wee mirror sort of thing, so that because it was a bit faulty. It was fucking getting in the way every time. So much as that tiny wee bit, a wee thing hanging down like that. So much as a thread got in the way, it was reacting to bits of fucking dust and everything. So they did a wee thing to tweak it. So none of the guys, none of the men wanted to go like that. No, I think we should have these safety measures because they wanted to look all manly. You know, like the cunts who only wear the masks. Nobody wanted to complain. Craig didn't want to complain. Craig thought, somebody did voice some concerns, and Craig told him to man up. Anyway, Craig stumbled back, and his arm went right towards the guillotine, and it went like that. Took his horn right off. Ah! He went further in. So that's him with the arms, and one of his legs is fucked. Just then, 3 wee guys came in looking for a job. 3 wee guys came in. Any chance of a job? We're skint. We've got too much time in our hands. We're being like antisocial because there's nothing really to do. Any chance you can help us turn our life around and give us a job? And somebody went like that. Fuck off, wee bastards. That really pissed off the wee guys because they had to swallow a lot of pride to do that. So they took it out, on the weakest that they could see. There was a guy that they saw who appeared to have just lost both his arms in an accident, and one of his legs was burnt with bleach. They knocked absolute fuck at him. They dunked him. They dunked him head first in the bleach, just quickly, just to burn his face a wee bit, burn his eyes, and then they shoved him towards the guillotine. But they didn't want to chop his whole head off. They just wanted to take just like the top bit off, so he was still alive and they could feel it. Took the top of his head off. You could just see the brain. Craig was like, Then one of the wee guys put his hand there and grabbed Craig by the hole in his head. You know, so he sort of put his fingers inside the skull without touching the brain. That bit, the fingers was touching the brain. So it was like that. Like a bowl. Like a bowl. Picked up like it was a bowl. Heaved him up by the fucking skull like that. And went like that. There's Craig's brain. Went like that. Craig went like that. The wee guys went away. That was Craig's fault. The whole thing was Craig's fault. The wee guys wanted to turn the life around. And if Craig hadn't come in, or Drowsy, the wee guys wouldn't have battered anybody because there wouldn't have been anybody that they could have got. And they would have went on and they would have got maybe applied for a job somewhere else, but they didn't. Craig was in the right place at the right time for the wee guys, and the wrong place for the rest of us, for society. All Craig's fault. So remember, if you're taking painkillers for strong ones like say cocodamol, 20 milligrams, or is it 40? Do not operate heavy machinery and do not mix with alcohol. The end. So, and thank you very much, everybody. So, for, what do you call it? Disclosure. Full disclosure. I have been, asked by Boots to tell you that. I've got it! I've got it! Fuck! Hold on. Don't look at my body.